All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders, elder and apostles of Great Millstone, whose taught us is 100% truth. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to the Akim pushing truth and sincerity. And shalom to the sincere Akwaf that may be out there watching and learning. It's your brother Yakov from the GMS Columbus camp. Back at it again with another lesson through the Spirit. I was watching beloved brother, I believe his page is GMS North Carolina 777, I believe. And he was just going into pretty much how this society is collapsing, man. Esau's kingdom is going down, and it just prompted me to go into the signs of a collapsing kingdom, because if you're paying attention to all the things that are going on, this place is falling, man, at a rapid pace, and of course, Esau is going to tell you that everything is all good, it's all part of the plan, whatever. But we all know through prophecy that this place is bound to fall, man. All right, and that's one of Esau's tactics is to push a narrative that everything is all good, and we get a quick precept on that. Quick one, classic. This is gonna be a pretty classic, lesson. Through the Spirit, because these are all things that we go into that we already know. But this is shit. I might as well start at the top. 1 Thessalonians 5 at the top. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." So, and just a brief on that, man. We don't all the way know exactly when the Lord is going to return, man. All right, that day is only known by the Heavenly Father Yahweh. All right, Yahweh Shai and his angels are just waiting on that order to go ahead and go. All right, and we know down here on this side, we just waiting on certain prophecies to be fulfilled, and we know soon after that the Lord will make his return, man. All right, but the point in verse 3, it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." You see, and that's what Esau does, the so-called white man, the devil of this world, of this kingdom. All right, he will tell you, in his press conferences and his meetings and all these things. You see news clips, etc. These higher ups. They'll let you know, hey, everything's gonna be all good. Especially America. They'll tell you, hey, we're not really worried about no other nation. If especially Trump. If a nation tries to attack us, we're gonna blow them off the map and this and that. America can't be touched, blase, blase. But we know soon enough this place is going to be the number one target. All right, which it already is. It just, prophecy hasn't been fulfilled yet. The nations aren't all the way bold enough to make that next step. But when the Heavenly Father puts that fire behind them, man, all right, them times is going to come, man, all right? When all these nations are going to band up against America, man, this place is going to go down, man, all right? But I just want to go through this real quick and just get a few precepts on it, Lord willing, and maybe edifying. But let's look up signs of a collapsing empire. It says in AI overview, signs of a collapsing empire include economic decline, such as high inflation and debt. You see, is that not going on? All right. This is leading to a lack of resources and difficulty maintaining the empire's functions. Internal decay is seen through political corruption, weak leadership, and rising social inequality. See? It says fostering unrest and weakening the state's cohesion, military issues like overextension and declining effectiveness. All right. It says leave an empire vulnerable to external threats and unable to defend its territories. Finally, empires often experience a loss of authority and civic pride, which is exacerbated by increased external pressures from other nations or environmental degradation. You see, So all these things are going on in this kingdom, man. All right, and all these things are prophesied in the Bible, man. All right. So I just want to let me see. What I'm gonna do is let me go through, get this gotta get this 2nd Esdras 9. Let me see. Because in that first paragraph, it mentions, what does it say? Rising social inequality. Where did I read this at? Slovakia. I got a lot of precepts going on in my head right now. Okay, this is where I want to go through here real quick. It says on internal decay, it says political corruption and instability. It says weak leadership, frequent rebellions, and civil wars erode the state's internal cohesion and stability. Now you see in the news, there was just that deal with Nepal. You know what I'm saying? And even here in America, there's been a bunch of protests going on recently. All right, so them upwards are a big thing. All right, frequent rebellions. All right. As a matter of fact, before I get that 2nd Esdras, get this. Yep. 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men." All right, and that word sedition is going into, rebellion against a government or against your leadership. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." See, so there's no regard more and more for the higher ups, man. All right, for the presidents, the monarch states, all these things, the dictators. All right, people are becoming fed up. All right. And they're not regarding them, man. They don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are willing to lose their lives behind this, man. All right. These people are fed up, man. They're disappointed, man. They're not worried about, what the government has for them, man. All right. They feel as if we all band up together and this and that, that they're gonna make a change, man. You see, people are fed up, man. The working class people, all right. Everybody's fed up, man, in some kind of way. All right. And you see, when things don't go to people's way, Nepal is a great example. They got social media and all that taken away from them. And what they do, they went stormed their prime minister's place and everything, man. All right. The prime minister's wife, she died in the fire that they set, man. You see? So, it's a lot going on, man. All right. And all these things are just signs of the times, man. And signs that this place is going down. All right. What else we got? Social inequality. Growing wealth gaps and class conflict can create internal divisions and instability as people compete for dwindling resources. You see? And that's here in 2nd Esdras as well. Right here. Might as well just read on down. 2nd Esdras 15 verse 17, it says, "And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." You see? People are going to be doing whatever they got to do to get what they need. All right? And when it comes to, people not having nothing to eat, all right, they're gonna do whatever they gotta do, man. All right. So if you got a nice crib, all that, man, you think motherfuckers not gonna run up in your crib and try and take what they need to feed their family, to feed themselves? All right. All these things are coming and all these things are here, man. Like I said, growing wealth gaps. All right. One thing Trump is doing, he's making a separation between the rich and the poor and trying to cut out the middle class, man. All right. There is no middle class. Are you either rich or you poor? Simple as that. All right. And guess what, man? These people are not going to be happy about that, man. All right. The world is already not happy, man. All right. And let me get this real quick, man, because this world is going through it, man. Yep. Proverbs 29:2, classic. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. All right. No, it's not the world mourning, man. All right. And not only is the people mourning, but the earth is mourning in itself, man. All right. The earth is mourning, man. You see, so everything in this kingdom is going through it, man. From the trees to the people to the animals. All right, you got animals, they don't have natural habitat as they once did. You know, you got deers and everything running across the highways and getting hit by, you know what I'm saying? All these different things, man. You know, everything is out of order, man. The scriptures speak about, you know what I'm saying, the foundation of the earth are out of course, roughly paraphrasing. You know, so these things are going on, man. All right, and it's all in the scriptures. It's all in the scriptures, man. Let's see, where am I? Decline in public morality, a loss of civic pride, and a decline in cultural and intellectual life within the empire can contribute to its overall decay. That's what I wanted. Yep. And Timothy. Yep. 2 Timothy 3 at the top. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good." You see, that this is the world in a nutshell right now, man. Decline in public morality. You see, our people are full of pride. All right, this world is full of pride. America's full of pride. That's all that's pushed is pride. All right, the haughty spirit, all right, is in full fruition in the world, man. All right, people are not regarding anybody these days, man. All right, everybody's in this thing for themselves, man. All right, and motherfucker do anything they gotta do to put themselves ahead, whatever that may be. That's what it's gonna be. All right, people are out here off in their own families, man. All right, their own brother, their own sisters. All right, mothers, fathers. You know what I'm saying? Getting taken out by their own kind, man, their own family, within their own household, man. And that's, they gotta get that too. Yep. Matthew 10. I'm gonna start at 35. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 34. You know, because see, that's the thing. That's the thing also about this world, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord willing, I'll probably end it off with that. But you know, Jake, you know, the world thinks that you know, the Lord is coming to bring peace and everything like that, man. All right. Before peace and before righteousness is established, man, the Lord is coming with the sword, man. All right. And understand this as well, that the Lord's judgment is righteous. All right. But, you know, before the kingdom is established, man, and before peace is truly here on this earth, the Lord is coming with a sword, man. All right. And these are the words of our beloved Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Matthew 10, verse 35, it says 34, Salaki, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." All right. What is a sword, man? A sword is a killing instrument. All right. The Lord is coming with destruction, man. All right. The chariot fire, the missiles. All right. All these things, man, the Lord is coming to wreak havoc on this place. All right. Verse 35, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household." Is that not going on? You know, I know everybody has coming across, an instance where a child's killed their parents, or, whatever. You got parents, killing their babies, putting them in ovens, shit like that, man. All right. How much more when things really get real out here? If y'all think it's not going to happen, it is. Trust, it's going to be a lot more of these things going on, man. All right. It's going to be a lot more crazy things going on, man. The things that you thought was far-fetched, it's not far-fetched, all right? It's in the scriptures, man, all right? And the Lord's telling you all these things that are going to come to pass. You see? All these things are going to come to pass, and they're coming to pass already, man, all right? We just waiting on it to get on that wider scale, man, that time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, we're in the beginning stages of it. You see? So don't be oblivious to the things that are going on, man, because the things that were prophesied in the Bible are surely going to come to pass. When the scriptures say, man, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, man. And what one thing was promised, man, the end, man. All right? Let me get that real quick. And is made manifest. Yep, 9. Might as well get it. I'm going to start at the top. 2 Esdras 9 at the top says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." You see? Just like I mentioned earlier in the video, man, we paying attention to the signs and paying attention to the things that are going on. All right, paying attention to the prophecies, man. All right, and that's the difference between us here, Great Millstone, and these other camps, man. And you other religions as well. Y'all are not pushing prophecy. Y'all are not letting the people know what is going on. You can't claim to be a prophet, all right, or anything like that. You're not pushing prophecy, all right. You're not foretelling the things that are going on, man. You're not preaching the scriptures, man. All right. That's where you go off at, man. We're reading on, it says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." You see, them uproars of the people. I was just going into that as well. Different protests, literal uproars. People burning down buildings. Burning down storefronts. All right, looting. All right, stealing. Okay, killing. All these things are going on, man. They're all going on. Right now as we speak, man. How much more, man? How much more when you can't eat? You see? How much more you can't eat? How much more you can't feed your children? How much more all these things, man? How much more? It's not stopping here, man. It's not going to get better, man. Just because in history you've seen things turn over and things may have settled down for a little bit, it will come back, man, one way or another, man. Trust. All right. Why? Because this next scripture. 2 Esdras 9 verse 5, it says, "For like as all that is in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." All right. Simple as that. So now I'll jump back here. Just go down a few more of these. Military issues. It says military overextension. An empire may overstretch its military resources by fighting too many wars or expanding too widely, diminishing its ability to defend itself effectively. You see? And like the brother always say, man, the U.S. military, and their defense, man, is not up to par, man. It's outdated. Forget the word that he used, but it pretty much goes into outdated. You know what I'm saying? So the U.S. military, they don't take much pride in their defense. You see, all their pride and their haughtiness is within their offense. You see, and that's where they pour 90% of their money into is their offense. You know what I mean? So there is no real defense upon this place, man. All right. Um, where am I at? Uh, Salaki. Declining effectiveness. It says the army can become ineffective due to lack of experienced soldiers, reliance on mercenaries, or failure to adapt to new threats, leaving the empire vulnerable. See? Oh yeah, and that's what another point I was thinking. That's what I was thinking about. Just like Trump recently, you know what I'm saying? He's, trying to change the Department of Defense to the Department of War, man. All right. So, America's always on the offensive, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have the greater or superior protection, you know what I'm saying, over this place, man. All right. It says loss of authority and external pressures, erosion of soft power. The empire's ability to influence others through non-military means may diminish, reducing its standing on the global stage. An empire may be challenged by growing external threats from other rising powers or faced with increased pressure from migrating groups such as barbarian tribes in the Roman Empire's case. See, and that's happening as well. Immigrants, you know what I'm saying? And that's why Trump and everything is trying so hard to push out all the immigrants that are coming into this land, you see? Because you see, it was just a super small instance, but the Venezuelans, when they came over, they went through Chicago and all these different places, going in the hoods, man, ransacking these places, man, taking over these people's stuff, man, taking their guns and everything. You see? He said it's growing external threats from other rising powers. You see? North Korea is a perfect example, you see, because North Korea wasn't always considered a powerful, state. But, over these recent years, man, in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, North Korea has been ramping up, man. You know what I'm saying, trying to stamp themselves as a world superpower. All right. Up in their nuclear capabilities, etc., man. And Trump, you know what I'm saying, and different presidents before have tried to try to end North Korea's nuclear abilities and their nuclear plants and everything like that, man. But North Korea said, fuck that, man. We're going to continue to build our nukes. We're going to continue to establish ourselves as a superpower in this kingdom. All right. And that's what they're continuing to do, man. All right. And not only that, now, they're banned up with, Russia, China, etc., man. So them lands over there, man, are hold a lot of power, man. Russia, China, North Korea, all these nations, man, they hold a lot of power. All right. And guess what? They're all intertwined with each other in some kind of way. You see? So, all these things are coming to pass, man. All right. And everything that we read here is spot on. And I didn't go over these two up top. Economic decline. It says high debt and inflation. Empires often face financial crisis due to excessive money printing and large debts, diminishing their ability to fund operations and maintain power. See? Same thing, man. All right, the U.S. dollar is declining. All right, there are a lot of nations that have done away with using the U.S. dollar because upon a time, you know what I'm saying, the U.S. dollar flourished across the whole earth in some kind of way, you see? But this dollar is losing its value, all right? While this dollar was once backed by the gold standard, is now backed by, oil, etc., all right? And guess what? You know what I'm saying? America's losing ties and allegiances with these different nations that they were getting oil from, so they're having to go to other measures to try and find oil and find these different resources, all right? And guess what? Everybody's doing away with their dollar, man, all right? So there's been a mass printing and a mass output of this American dollar, but whole time it doesn't amount to anything. It's not worth anything, man, okay? And large debts. Man, America's debt is through the roof. All right. America's debt, trillions of dollars in debt. And yet they're still pumping out money to the military, still pumping out money to other nations, sending billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine and all these different places. All right. To help forward whatever they got going on. All right. Forward in the military. Yet, the state of your people is low. All right, and that's gonna feed into them uproars as well, man. All right, supporting all these other nations, but can't even support your own nation, man, and your own people. All right. It says resource depletion. It says a decline in economic output can occur as resources are overused, impacting the empire's ability to sustain itself. You see, there's a mass production of everything here. Now, while we know through the spirit, a lot of these things, all right, where they say it's a sort of this, a sort of that, most likely it's not really a shortage. All right, but one thing I know for sure, all right, is the land, cultivation, what I'm saying, farmland, etc., is going through it because of the chemtrails and all these things they pump out in the air, all right, and that the ground is filled with because of all the things that's went on over time, man. All right, so growing crops is not an easy thing to do. All right, all the feed that these animals have is not up to par. You see, and another thing too, these protests that's been going on over the years with the trucking industry. All right, a lot of stuff that we have here in America, man, is shipped over, man. It's shipped over. All right, and it has to be transported, man. All right, from different nations. You see, so a lot of these things, when these dudes stop trucking, these ladies, these men stop trucking, all right, how you gonna get your resources, man? How are you gonna get the things that you need to survive? And as well as these other nations as well, man. When that trade stops, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna eat? All right, everybody's gonna resort to them desperate measures, man. All right, and all these things are going on, man, in this kingdom, man. All right. And a big thing that's going on right now, and I will end it off with this. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on Luke 11. I'm gonna start at verse 17. It says, "But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation." Now see, real quick, just keying on that point real quick. America is a super divided state. All right, and it's all started back, in the Roman Empire. When, because the Romans, they established this government, the Senate houses, etc. So they vote for a person to run the head of everything. You know what I mean? And America has come through and taken on the ways of these different kingdoms before. All right, and what America has done is they've established this Democratic Party and the Republican Party. All right, these red and blue states, man. You see. And that's a divide, what I'm saying, in the government. All right. And every 4 years they go against each other. All right. Talking shit about each other. But yet we trying to run this nation. But yet we're going against each other in the same realm. That don't make no damn sense. All right. If you're going to run a kingdom, all right, the people at the top should be on one accord. All right. It shouldn't be no division. You see, that's how we know this kingdom is not meant to flourish. Okay, this kingdom is gonna go down real soon. You see, and of course there's that great division within the streets as well. You know what I'm saying? You got the Bloods, the Crips. It always goes back to this blue-red deal, man. All right, it always goes back to that, man. All right, you here, you there. You know what I'm saying? Opposites. Bring it back, Luke 11:17. "But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand?" See? Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? The elites, man. All right? The elites of this kingdom, man, they're divided in themselves as well, man. All right? While they all have a world, an agenda. All right, and of course that agenda is what? World control. Yet they're still divided against themselves, man. You got Esau, you know what I'm saying, the so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? You got some of them at the bottom with us. You know, you got some of them catching the bus. You on a CODA bus. You on a city bus, whatever you call it in your state. All right? Some out here homeless, you know what I'm saying? They don't take care of their veterans. You know what I'm saying? You know, so Satan is even divided against himself, man. Esau divided against himself, man. You see? So how you think this place is gonna stand, man? You know, you got redneck Edomites in the woods and shit. They on the same thing, man. Hey, you know, we're not bowing down to the government. You know, they got their loots of firearms and everything like that. You know what I'm saying, on their little property. You know, so they already on that, man. We're not bowing down to the government. All right, Satan divided against Satan, man. See, where am I? Shalakia. Yeah, verse 18. It says, if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? But you can say, I cast out devils through Beelzebub. You see? So, at the end of the day, man, this place is divided, man. This kingdom is going to be brought to desolation because of this division and all the other reasons that were stated in this video, man. All right. All these things are going on right now as we speak. All right. And all these things are going to continue to ramp up. All right. How exactly is it going to play out? You just have to wait and find out. But all these things are going to happen. All right. There's going to be greater wars. All right. There's going to be a lot of civil wars. All right. A lot of wars going on within America. All right. Amongst the people fighting against the government. You see they're sending out troops to these different nations. All right. These different cities, these different states. You know what I'm saying? National Guard. You know what I'm saying? To try and settle down the people, whatever. But guess what, man? I'm sure enough, people are going to try their hand. We know they're going to lose because at the end of the day, you can't fuck with the government. They got things that'll wipe this place clean, you know. But if you think it's just going to be a walk in the park, it's not. All right? They're going to do whatever they can, all right, to establish something, man. All right? And another thing they're doing, too, just like with the assassination of that guy, you know, there's going to be race wars, all right? All these different things, man. It's going to be like the purge out here, man. All right. So it's going to have to be troops out here to establish some kind of order, man. All right. And all these things are going to usher in what? The MOTB, that chip that's going to be put in your hand, your head, wherever it may go. All right. To establish that control, man. All right. And then we'll know for sure that the Lord is close by, man. All right. So stay paying attention, man. Stay watching the things that are coming on, man, that are going on. We almost home, Lord willing, man. You know, a lot of prophecy is coming to pass day in and day out. All right. So with that, Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory again unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rechah Kwadash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom and Abad Babal.